Yes, I do.
Which one?
Catholic.
Catholic.
Yes.
Is the Bible near you there?
Oh.
You see?
Oh, yes, there is one.
Thank you for me.
All right.
You know how to sign yourself?
I do. I swear by the Almighty God that the evidence that I shall give before this court, touching the matter in question, shall be true, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Identify yourself before this honorable court.
Your Honor, my name is Dennis Uwino Onyango.
Dennis
Uwino Onyango. An analyst with the Government Chemist Department here in Nairobi. I hold a bachelor's degree in chemistry and biochemistry from the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology.
Chemistry. A Master's of Science in Environmental Chemistry from the University of Nairobi. I hold analytical skills in chemical weapons. From the University of Helsinki in Finland. Under the program OPCW, Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons. Prohibition?
Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons.
I didn't get what you said. You said you.
Repeat.
I say
His name?
No, the latter part.
He holds analytical skills.
Yes, that's
in analysis of chemical weapons.
For chemical weapons. Oh, you think it's a strange thing? It doesn't sound like a
not strange to me.
Eh?
Not strange to me.
Not strange to you?
Yes.
So you know.
I'm a gazetted officer through Gazette Notice number 6934
6934
of 2007. Thank you, Your Honor. So regarding this case, I have 4 documents on which I'm going to rely for my evidence. I will start with the certificate of weighing. In weighing, I participated as a witness. The weighing officer was Sergeant Stephen Chisire, a police officer attached to DCI ANU headquarters. Sergeant Stephen Chisire, an officer attached to DCI ANU headquarters. Is the author of this particular document, but me, I signed as a witness. So I witnessed that as he weighed number 1, exhibit marked A,
which weighed 486 grams. He also weighed exhibits MN B1 B1 to MN B17. These were plant material with a weight of 1,224 grams. 224 grams. This activity was conducted at DCI headquarters, boardroom. Also present were police officers PC Felix Ndiema, Chief Inspector Kipkemboi Rob, Sergeant Caroline Mugo, and the suspects at that particular time were also present, and they were one Maina Njenga, Felix Rantu Lekishe, Peter Njoroge Kamunya. So when the certificate of weighing was prepared, that was on the 22nd July 2023, the accused persons, or rather the suspects at that particular time, declined to sign that particular document. I signed as a witness, together with the police officers also who are present, also signed. The time was 15:00 hours to 16:45 hours. That is certificate of weighing.
The certificate of weighing, your own. Read the same amount as 590.
I prepared a certificate of sampling on that same day, that is the 22nd July, the year 2023. And took the whole suspected substances that had been weighed for further analysis at the government chemist lab. So it is important to state that the accused persons declined to sign also the certificate of sampling, the police officers who were present did sign my certificate of sampling. Later, on the day of 27th,
Let's restrict ourselves from the.
sorry, of the certificate of sampling.
Yes.
Okay.
Inform the court what you took for something.
Or what was, I took the whole thing, that which had been weighed, I took all of
The
the
samples. They say, and you took the whole of the suspected substances that have been weighed.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the certificate or something, Your Honor, the mark was identified. And the police as such, Your Honor, exhibit number 5. Have the producer exhibit number 2 because the witness is the main.
The exhibit memo form. On the 20th July 2023, Chief Inspector Kipkemboi Rope did prepare an exhibit. No, sorry, Your Honor, that is on the 27th, not 20th, but 27th, Kipkemboi prepared an exhibit memo form, which he submitted to the government chemist, accompanying the earlier mentioned exhibits, that is the suspected substances. And from the exhibit memo form, the request was that I conduct a laboratory analysis to determine whether the suspected substances were of narcotic drugs. I later proceeded with the examination and analysis of the said substance.
Before we go to the analysis, we need to mark the memo
Of the exhibit.
by 21. Stated 27.
Yeah. The exhibit memo. So, Your Honor, I proceeded with the laboratory examination and analysis. And for exhibit marked A, I used a machine called gas chromatography mass spectroscopy machine for for the exhibit. I used a machine called gas chromatography dash mass spectroscopy. Can I spell?
You need to be patient with us.
All right, I hear you, brother.
Mass,
Gas chromatography dash
gas,
mass
the gas we use for cooking.
mass.
Mass.
Okay, the first one is gas chromatography
Gas.
that is coupled with mass spectroscopy. Mass to get the weight.
I have to give
All
you.
right.
Hey. Why do you use difficult names for things?
Chromatography is not hard.
Right. Okay, proceed.
All right.
So you use a machine called gas chromatography and mass spectroscopy.
Yes, to analyze exhibit A. For exhibit B, I used a kit, a testing kit called Duquesnoy's Levin test. Duquesnoy's is spelled as DUQUENOIS dash Levin, LEVINE, Levin test. That was used to test the plant material. And my findings were as follows. Exhibit marked A contained cocaine, a narcotic drug, with a purity of 60% weight by weight.
What is it?
Yeah, it's called purity of 60% weight by weight.
Weight by weight.
Yes. The plant material in the 17 rolls was found to be cannabis, also a narcotic drug. I made a note that cocaine and cannabis are listed in the first schedule of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Control Act of 1994.
Listed where?
Listed in the first schedule of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Control Act of 1994. I prepared and signed the government report of government analyst on the 11th August, the year 2023. And also marked the exhibits as GCQ 97/23 DOO for identification. Thank you.
The report for the witness, Your Honor, the markers MFI22.
So,
as exhibit number 22.
so the exhibit marked A. This is what was weighed. This is what I also came to the laboratory,
MFI15, Your Honor.
which was found out to be cocaine. The other one? The 17 rolls of plant material are in this. 8. And each of them are marked respectively. That's all, Your Honor.
That's all, Your Honor.
Dennis.
Yes, Council.
I want you to take MFI 21. MFI 21. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I want you to go to the second paragraph, the fourth sentence. You read from we were found. Where is it?
They found the same motor vehicle.
Upon conducting a search, read from there.
Upon conducting search, they found the same motor vehicle stuffed with several illegal items, including the above-mentioned narcotic drugs. 3 suspects were arrested and the exhibits kept in safe custody.
What was that motor vehicle?
Your Honor, from the précis of the offense, I see some, it is written PCJ 413X Toyota Hilux Surf, silver in color, which I myself did not see. Huh? Okay,
The motor vehicle is indicated to you. Okay.
KCJ 413X Toyota Hilux Surf, silver.
Toyota Hilux Surf.
Yes,
Speak up.
silver in color. Yeah.
Yes, Wishmo, did you dust that vehicle?
No, I didn't. Neither did I see.
Okay. Did you carry any swaps for
No.
DNA analysis?
No, Your Honor.
So it is not possible logically to connect the suspect to those drugs. Technically, because the suspect were not in that motor vehicle.
Your Honor, I did not even see the vehicle. When I was called to the DCI headquarters, I found the substances on the table with the gentleman.
So these substances, it's number 28.
Yes,
You found them at DCI headquarters
on a table.
on a table.
Yes,
You are aware that DCI headquarters is a protected area.
yes, I do.
It is well fenced.
True, Your Honor.
And the public cannot access it freely unless with appointment.
I usually meet them. They are going to take their code of conduct, good conduct.
Good conduct.
Yeah,
But you confirm that it is highly secured area.
it is.
It is. So it is not possible for a mwananchi to carry drugs and go with them to the DCI headquarters.
No, Your Honor.
Now, I want to go to science. You know, you're scared as because you have done a lot of you are trained as a chemical analyst. Is that the equivalent to biological weapons?
Yes, okay.
That's another name,
They're partly biological, partly chemical.
partly chemical.
Yes.
So congratulations, you know Kenyans who are very informed. Now, so as you speak today, you do not know who was trafficking or carrying those items. You never.
Only to the extent of what was the people who were paraded before me to witness the sampling and what was included in the exhibit memo.
But
Otherwise,
you never knew
I never knew.
where they were discovered.
No.
Okay. Now, so before you took them, you cannot account for the chain of custody for
No,
the items.
no, you cannot.
You cannot. Now, apparently, these items were removed at this headquarters from the other documents.
Repeat that question.
Yes, Your Honor, this case has two scenes of crime. There is a scene of crime in Kajiado, and there is a scene of crime at this headquarters. So I want, because this is the scientist, I want him to share with us knowledge, because this is a process where we also learn. Yes, I want him to educate us. So, ordinarily, Bwana Dennis, these should be captured at the scene of crime where they have been arrested. Isn't that a normal scenario?
That is normal, but most of the time there usually problems.
Yeah.
Because by the time an analyst is called, probably it is 1 day or 2 days after.
So ordinarily, if you look at these items with the ordinary eyes, are you able to know what it is?
No,
No, not you as a scientist, but the ordinary eyes.
no, it is not quite. No.
So
wouldn't know.
you will find it very surprising when an officer says we suspected that there were some narcotics during investigation before even an analyst had analyzed what it was. Isn't that strange?
Ordinarily, they usually wait for my report to also.
Answer the question that has been asked by counsel.
May I get him again?
You know, in their statements, they were saying that when they saw this and the other plant material, they suspected that they were narcotics. But you can see that from ordinary eyes, you cannot say what it is until the analyst comes up with a report. Yeah, so is it normal for police officers to suggest immediately they discover something, they say it is narcotics before they get a government analyst report?
It's hard to talk on their behalf, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, you've taken us through a lot of science. If you can share with us the methodology that you used to analyze.
Right? The complicated thing that I was thinking.
Yes. Because that methodology has weaknesses if it is exposed to a lot of heat. So what was the levels of heat in your room of examination? My question should be, is it correct to say that heat can interfere with the results of that process you described, the long process, the difficult words you say?
So let me say that heat is part and parcel of the process of machine analysis.
Yes.
Especially the mass spectroscopy component.
Yes.
The substances has to be ionized, and that one requires high amount of heat. So the heat that is there is controlled, and we will determine that it is in good condition when we get a good yield. That is, when we get a good printout at the end of the analysis, then we would say that actually we would say it was the machine carried out the yield in optimal condition, but does not affect. In any case, we need that particular heat to come up with a result from the analysis.
Now, the equipment you used, when was it calculated last?
machine is usually calibrated every day before any analysis starts operation. That is by our trained staff. But we have, usually after 6 months, we usually do call the experts, the suppliers, to come and do servicing. And even today it is in good working condition to help us with the national tragedies like the Indarasha ones.
Now, you do agree that Kenya is a signatory to global conventions, and we have protocols that regulate that procedure. And we have reason to believe that those protocols were not followed. What are your comments?
First, on whether he knows whether Kenya is a signatory.
Yes, we are signatories to a number of
And whether he
convention
knows
on
that there are
environment,
protocols.
on even like the one I was telling you about, the chemical weapons convention,
Yes.
such kind of things. We are part and parcel.
Yes. We have the UNODC guidelines.
UNODC guidelines.
Yes.
We have Drug Enforcement Agency. We work very closely.
And my question is, did that procedure meet those international standards?
Yes, you
That's the
know.
question. Can you describe to us the guidelines briefly so that we appreciate the process, what you went through?
On our part as an analyst, we also have what we call preliminary test kits that we usually get from the UNODC.
Yes.
So that before we go to the laboratory to do the so-called confirmatory test, we use the United Nations drugs kits to determine whether there is a possibility of finding a narcotic drug in the suspected material. So to that extent, yes.
Now, if we apply that circumstances of this case, you agree that you did not see this motor vehicle where the drugs were discovered.
No, I did not.
So there are gaps and irregularities in the chain of custody. Because it is the police officers who brought these items to you. Isn't that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it is the police officers who planted those items in the car.
Who?
The police officers who planted the items in the car.
No, I can't talk about it. I cannot positively contribute to that kind of...
Oh, you don't know?
I don't know.
You don't know. Actually, this exercise was started by police, implemented by police. They just called you to sanitize. My learned body will ask you more questions, but let me ask you a few technical questions. You described the plant methodology, but you never told us where those plants were stored, because plants can use their either color depending on where they have been stored. So you do not describe to us where they were stored from all that process and the way that had an impact in the outcome.
Your
Or
Honor,
whether it affected the chemical properties in the plants.
may I have the report? Your Honor, it was between the day of 20th.
Are you talking about the place where there was the question? Was that the question?
Yes, I never, because this
Was that the question?
Yes, that was the question.
Okay, fine.
There's a difference of 7 days.
We have cabinets which are lockable, and they are aerated. How does the aeration help in preservation of the plant material? That they don't rot, they don't decay organically. So the cannabinoids, tetracannabinoids, and cannabidiols, the active ingredients in cannabis, would be preserved in our store, so that by the time I was through with the examination, the substance would still be able to show you that the contents are cannabis. And even the way they are.
But is that in your report?
Huh?
Our question is that the analysis you have just explained to us, is that in your report?
No, Your Honor, it is not in the report.
Then how do we appreciate? Because we need to appreciate that report so that we can engage it. Because it's a highly technical process. Then there is also the issue of sample degradation.
Sample? Yes.
Degradation, yeah. We have reason to believe that in the manner of handling these items, because there is a difference of 7 days, from 20th, when they were allegedly discovered, to 27th, when you received them. That's a difference of 7 days,
So
a whole week.
that one does not affect bang, does not affect cannabis.
It doesn't, eh?
No, it doesn't.
So there was no sample degradation.
No.
And what was the level of contaminants
In?
in both methodologies?
I stated a purity of 60% for cocaine. So if you are asking for the component of 30%,
40.
I mean, 40%.
40%, yes.
If you were asking what the other component of the 40% was, and I can tell you that they were non-narcotics, otherwise I would have stated.
They were non-narcotic.
Yeah, there were things like glucose. There were things like starch.
Starch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so that is why I did not even put them.
So I want you to help us appreciate, because the court wants you as an expert to assist us to come to a fair conclusion. In your analysis, did you realize whether there was any importation of those items?
Any?
Importation. Could you know the source, where they came from,
No, Your Honor.
whether they were being imported?
No, I can't.
Would you know whether they were being exported or anything like that?
No, Your Honor, I cannot tell.
Would you know whether they were being manufactured?
No, I don't.
Could you be able to tell whether they were on sale?
No, I cannot.
And in the condition in which they were as a scientist, were they capable of being administered in the state in which they were packed?
Administered. Help me understand the question.
The question is in the way in which they are packaged.
Or whether it can be consumed by individuals.
The law says whether they were being administered or conveyed. So we want to know whether in the condition in which they were packaged, were they consumable? That is the question. Hii msokoto mkubwa, wewe ni Mungu kufanya hii kazi. Hii msokoto mtu anaweza futa. Kwa kusema kweli, let us be fair. Hii msokoto vile iko. Can somebody smoke that thing?
No, Your Honor.
No. Yes. Now, I know you are very objective because you are highly educated, but you agree with me that you analysis per se in themselves are subjective because it is the opinion of the analyst. They are not an objective process.
You are being philosophical and
No. You see, that report
yes.
only has your opinion of the things that were made.
Yes, that is true. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was the question.
All right.
So, Dennis, we are grateful, and particularly your education. We need more educated people because the country will develop. So, I thank you so much. Malana is going to ask you the next set of questions. Yeah, Leona, I will stop there.